Hello, this is Dr. Hines. Um, Today I want to talk about conflict or revenge or the thought of revenge or how you should deal with revenge or however you want to call it. I really don't have a title for this one. I'm just going to speak my mind on it. You know, there are going to be times that someone is going to do something to you and or say something about you and it's not going to feel good at all. And your natural inclination, your natural feeling is going to be, I'm going to get back at that person. I deal with this all the time working with high school students. And for them, revenge is just automatic. If someone says or does something to me that I don't like, I have to confront them. So a bad act equals a confrontation. A bad word said about me equals a confrontation. The sad thing about it is that when these teenagers grow up to be adults, they don't change that mindset. So as an adult, someone says something bad about me, I got to have a confrontation. Someone does something to me that I don't like or is wrong, I got to have a confrontation. And in some instances, you can't avoid a confrontation. Confrontation just has to happen. But in some instances, one has to ask the question, is the confrontation necessary? Do I need to get back at someone who said or did me wrong? And every disagreement doesn't need to have a confrontation. There's different names for it. Revenge, get back, I got to settle up, I got to even up with somebody. But in some instances, not all instances, in some instances, the real revenge or the real get back is when you move confidently as if whatever they said or did didn't bother you. Now, some people will say, well, that's being a punk, or, that's not showing who you are and letting them know that what they did was acceptable. And I got to let them know that I'm not the one you do that to. And if you do that to me, there are going to be some consequences. But sometimes, especially as you get older and as you mature, but you can even do this even if you're in high school. The real flex, as kids say, is just holding your ground and holding your peace and being patient and moving on. You may have said what you said about me and you may have done what you did to me, but it didn't destroy me. It didn't take me down. So if what you said or what you did, it may have bumped me a little bit. I may have had to, do some things, suffer a consequence or whatever. I don't need to get back at you. The fact that I'm still alive, the fact that I'm still here moving, the fact that I'm still living my life is the only get back I need to do. It's the only thing I need to do. There's a difference between letting it go and moving on and revenge. Okay? When you let it go, somebody does something to you, somebody says something about you, and you just let it go, you're giving the impression, and even to yourself, that you forgot about it. And some people will say that's the way that you release the anger. I don't agree with that. Because there are some things you're not going to be able to let go. If someone that you've trusted or established trust with all of a sudden does something very mean and crude to you, it's going to be hard to let that go. You can act like you let it go, but within inside your spirit, you're not letting it go. Now, revenge is just that. Revenge. You did something to me, I'm going to do something to you. The problem is there's a lot of people right now who have felony convictions, misdemeanor convictions, or are sitting in jail right now or in the penitentiary because of revenge. Somebody did something to me. I did something back to them. My doing something back to them got me a charge. Now I'm serving time. Now I have this charge on my record. Revenge. When you did it, it felt good because you got them back. 10 years later, I probably could have handled that a different way. Because now I have this stain. Even if it doesn't go as far as a charge or, a conviction or jail time, it could be something that somebody did something to you and you did something horrible back to them. You got to live with that. So I always say the best way is to move on. Moving on just simply says, yeah, you did what you did. But I'm not going to allow myself to be in a position to be judge and jury and commit a sentence to myself to get revenge back on you. Because what revenge does is that I'm taking my energy, my efforts, and I'm transferring that and focusing all of that on getting back at you. And a lot of times when I'm mad, angry, and upset, I'm not thinking clearly. So when I'm doing something, I'm just doing something to do it. I'm doing something because I'm mad. I'm doing something because I'm frustrated. We have to learn sometimes moving on is the best and safest thing to do. Because one thing about moving on, if you move on, didn't say you forgot it. Didn't say you forgave it, dismissed it, or anything. But you can't get yourself in any trouble by moving on. And if you keep moving on, you realize that what they did, it didn't hurt you that much. And you learned something from it. So, all that I'm trying to say, the point that I'm trying to make, the point that I'm trying to suggest, people are going to do negative things to you. People are going to say negative things about you. Sometimes the greatest hurt comes from people who are the closest to you, people that you put faith in. Revenge isn't always the answer. Letting it go may not always be the answer, but moving on provides you an opportunity to let them see you moving on and acting as if whatever they did never scratched you at all. That's my point. This is Dr. Hines. Until next time.